I'm your host of the Most Local 23. You're joining me for Desire and Decorum, Chapter 15, A Cut Above. At Sinclair's townhouse. You and Friar stand at his doorstep, his mouth is agape as he stares at you. Lady Bella, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be at the Edgewater, or the Duke's Ball? The Duke's Ball? Is that tonight? It is indeed. I was just about to leave for it, but please, come inside. I'm happy to postpone my departure. You look like you've had a long journey. Mr. Sinclair ushers you inside to the parlor. He looks you over, concerned, and you muster a slight smile. Your kindness is most appreciated, sir, but I'm sorry to keep you from the Duke's Ball. I assure you, the intrusion is most welcome, but I'm still lost as to why you're here. Countess Henrietta has overrun my own townhouse. She changed the locks. We had to sneak in through the back to discover what happened. She's trying to have my father's will thrown out by Bishop Monroe. I was hoping to catch her before she met with him. I had nowhere else to go and thought perhaps you could help us out. You must understand. I wanted an excuse to see you again. You're one of the few people I can actually trust. Between the rumors running amok and Countess's plans, the numbers of people I can rely on grow smaller by the minute. You just so happened to be one of them. Only a short time ago, I don't think you ever would have admitted to that. No, but it's astonishing how some opinions change with a new perspective. You and your lady's maid are most welcome to stay as long as you needed to return to your townhouse. Friar's jaw drops as she looks around the parlor. She grabs your arm and whispers loudly. You know, this place is so fancy. I think it might rival your own townhouse. I hope the servants' quarters are as nice. I'm sure it will be quite to your taste, Briar. My butler will prepare some spare rooms for you. Please let me know how I can make your stay more comfortable. While I prefer to avoid it, I can no longer delay the inevitable. I must be off for the Duke's Ball. Perhaps you should attend as well, Lady Bella. It's the last big event of the season, and Bishop Monroe should be there. You could speak to him about the will. Yes, this is my chance to finally foil the Countess's plans. I have to go. Oh. Pardon me, Pugsley, we have to go. In that, you possibly can't. I don't have a choice here, Briar. It's not as if I can pop into my townhouse and retrieve something appropriate. I believe I can help with that. One moment. It just so happens my formerly dead wife had an outfit that might fit you. You and Briar stand raise an eyebrow as Mr. Sinclair walks out of the room. He returns shortly holding a navy and gold ball gown decorated with a sapphire brooch. Sir, this is stunning, but why do you have it? It was originally my mother's favorite dress years ago. I've kept it after all this time. I think it would become you better than any other woman. Consider it yours, should you desire it. Oh, you would be the talk of the town in that. It's even in the Edgewater colors. I think it's a sign. Tutorial, wear the bell of no. Okay, so hold on. Let's talk about this for just 12 seconds. So, why 12? So long story short, why? He just literally said, it's yours if you desire. You Pixelberry, let's have a moment. You realize what desire means, right? I know the name of this book is called Desire and Decorum, but have you guys still not understood this yet? Plus, I don't like the outfit. Again, I think outfits are stupid in this game. They don't really offer anything. If it was like, Endless Summer, they'd be more tempting. The dress is lovely, but I will prove that I am fit to be a Countess of Edgewater with my personality and charms, not my fashion. But it's so pretty, and Miss Holloway, and the Countess, and just look at it! I think you will win enough allies just by being yourself. Well, let us be off then. A short carriage ride later, you pull up in front of Duke Richard's townhouse. As throngs of people flood in through the front doors, you stand on the cobblestone sidewalk and take in the view. Ooh, I like this. Only the manners of the Dukes were as grand as his house. I'd rather think it matches what Duke Richard believes his self-worth is to be instead. Pity it doesn't align with his actual self-worth. Then again, he has done nothing to deserve my pity. We take one last look at the looming structure and step through the front doors. It's a beautiful chandelier. Heads turn immediately as you enter the crowded ballroom. You notice them start to excitedly whisper in their various groups. Why do I get the feeling they're all talking about me? Don't pay them any attention. By the night's end, I'm sure they'll only say good things about you. You can look around and notice Bishop Monroe standing alone nearby. He's by himself. Now's my chance. Why does he look so goddamn familiar like his father? Or her father, sorry. You take a few steps towards him, but Countess Henrietta saunters over and blocks your path. Her lips curl into a sneer.
Lady Bella, how pleasant for you to attend.
Do I do that voice justice, or what? Bugsley growls at Countess Henrietta from your arms. You hold back before he pounces.
Ah, control your beast, Lady Bella.
Good boy, Bugsley. You'll have your turn in time. You set Bugsley down by your feet. He watches Countess Henrietta carefully as you turn back to her. Countess Henrietta, oh, I wish I wouldn't have to see your face tonight. Alas, it seems fortune was not smiled upon me this evening. Countess Henrietta crosses her arms and looks you over from head to toe. Why be nice to the chick? Why? Just seriously.
I'm rather surprised you're here. I thought things might be barred you from attending.
Like changing the locks on my townhouse.
One can never be too careful. There could be vandals and miscreants prowling about. But don't worry about that. You should enjoy your last social event with those above you before you're back on the streets where you belong.
I just want to say, I do her voice justice, but she's a sniveling, slimy little bitch. Countess Henrietta raises her glass of port to you, then joins the other group of party guests. I do wonder how my father put up with her for so many years. Probably lots of alcohol. In my experience, having a large estate helps. You can be in opposite wings and rarely be forced to interact. Just then you spot Prince Hamid maneuvering his way through the crowd here. Ah, you look ravishing, good sir. You look more dashing than before. I appreciate the fancy hat. Okay, the hat does not go with it, I'm just saying. I don't know how I'm going to take my eyes off you tonight. Prince Hamid laughs heartily and kisses your hand. I would apologize, but it is an honor to be a distraction for such a beautiful woman. The laugh fades from Prince Hamid's face, replaced with a concerned look. I only wish I had better news to share. Prince Hamid sighs and glances at Countess Henrietta, who cackles with Miss Bowman across the room. Countess Henrietta has been speaking ill of you the entire night. She claims your father wasn't of sound mind when he declared you his heir. Why can't she just accept that Edgewater will not fall to her son? I must stop her before she damages my reputation and my father's any further. If only that were all, my lady. Bishop Monroe is also here to discern the truth. He is speaking to anyone who knew the Earl in life, so he can validate the claim, or will. I mean, let's put it this way. That's his point. That's his whole point. Like, he can't just take Countess Henrietta into effect. He has to listen to other people and see what they have to say. They'll change their minds. It doesn't make what tricks the Countess tries to play. They will soon return to my side. Your confidence is most refreshing. If you want to convince Bishop Monroe of Countess Henrietta's ill intentions, you'll need to gain allies around the ball before he speaks with them. I'm sure guests would align themselves with you if you were to showcase your accomplishments throughout the evening. If you want, there's someone I can officially introduce you to. I believe you've briefly interacted with my friend, Mr. Kennedy, before? Indeed, the two of us have met in London a handful of times. Well, did you know he's a barrister as well? It's given him quite some insight about the inner workings of London society. I'm sure he could offer you advice on how to convince others to be your allies. How do you figure? Well, when I arrived in London, I knew no one, but Mr. Conover taught me how to appeal to the members of Parliament. Without his help, I don't know if the Treaty of Chinook would have ever been signed. I never knew Mr. Caneva was so persuasive. Are you certain he would have enough time to assist me in the future? Razumid glances around and lowers his voice so no one else can hear. I'll admit, he has trouble gaining employment recently, simply because he's not an Englishman. Mr. Kanivi says he will return to the Ottoman Empire if his fortunes do not change soon. But he seems so happy there. He's grown very fond of England and its company. It's unfortunate. He'll only be able to correspond through letters now. It would be such a shame to see him leave. Fine, Mr. Kanivi in the crowd. He locks eyes with Mr. Chambers across the room. I know his heart would simply soar if you retain him for tonight and whatever the future holds. Oh, you're an asshole. Employ Mr. Kanivi into your services for insight to gain allies and allow him to remain in England with Mr. Chambers. You know, this is wrong. I mean, I already spent 60 diamonds last week. Let's talk about it. In case you didn't know, I randomly spend diamonds. I know, it's a shock. Man, I mean, one, I want their relationship to flog. And two, man, come on. Oh my god. Let him seek employment outside of London. Oh god. I appreciate the offer, but this is something I must do alone. Then I wish you all the luck, Lady Bella. I have the utmost faith in you. Flash a smile to Prince Amin, and meander towards the crowd after a pianoforte in search of Bishop Monroe. Instead, you find Miss Holloway playing her instrument, her fingers twinkling up and down the keys as she sings the last lines of her song. I don't want to do her justice, but at the same time, Any thought of her sweet tender kiss all the more. There, I gave it my best. At my best, I mean 10% maybe, I don't fucking know. As the final notes play, the small crowd are gathering around the pianoforte applaud. Brilliant, brilliant, Miss Holloway, simply brilliant. No one could possibly play as well as you. Thank you, thank you. Remember to let Duke Richards know you think so highly of my talents. We all know I am deserving of the title as most accomplished lady this evening. Miss Holloway's eyes sweep across the crowd and fall on you. Unlike others who lack enough skill to be even considered a contender. Woman, what don't you understand? I don't want Duke Richards. You can have him all to your bloody fucking self. You notice her gaze fall on the rectangle hanging from your arm. You hold it up, showcasing the intricate embroidering. I didn't know we had this, but sure. Do you like it, Miss Holloway? I've been practicing my embroidery recently, and made this myself. It's adequate for some poor country girl. You impressed Miss Holloway, you're in your embroidered rectangle. Come now, Miss Holloway, I can see in your eye that you're jealous of it. Did you enjoy my performance? You're quite talented. Yeah, remember, we have to be nice. God damn it, we have to be nice. I'm glad you recognize real talent when you see it. We all know you couldn't possibly keep up with my playing skills. You should just move along. You know, I'm about to turn evil here in a minute. Miss Holloway, I may not be accomplished at the pianoforte, but I at least have more class than you. You roll your eyes and turn towards the rest of the ballroom. In one corner, you see Miss Sutton and Miss Bowman sitting on a bench. On the other, you see Mr. Chambers stand next to the dance floor. And then, by the door, Mr. Sinclair and Miss Parsons are deep in conversation. Let's deal with the sadness first. In the arms of an angel. You join Mr. Chambers by the dance floor. He stands watching various couples waltz together. He smiles at you upon your approach. Ah, Lady Bella, I hope you are enjoying the evening. I am indeed. It's lovely to see everyone dance. I think I know why you're here, though, and you should know Countess Henrietta approached me earlier. I hope I can count on your support. I wish it were that simple, my lady. But I have my reputation to think of. My place in society is already a bit strained because of, well, you know my secret. Yeah, I do know your fucking secret. Oh, you're gonna do this. Okay. I'm a bit fearful of the backlash if I go against society by supporting you. But if you proved how much you belong with nobility, you would rely on me completely then. I understand. Perhaps I can change your mind on the dance floor? You may certainly try, shall we? You take Mr. Chambers' arms as he escorts you onto the floor. He places his hand firmly on your back as the two of you twirl to the music. You certainly know your way with the waltz. I try to know all the most fashionable dances for these gatherings. As the two of you turn clockwise, Mr. Chambers leads you to a pause that spins the opposite direction, counterclockwise. You follow Mr. Chambers' lead as he guides you around the other couples. You are quite light on your feet, my lady. I owe it to your lead, sir. Mr. Chambers twirls you around, and you notice Miss Holloway dancing with Viscount Westonleigh. She rolls her eyes as you pass. You really just can't accept that I am more skilled and talented, can you, Lady Bella? Who gives a shit? Oh my god. I believe it's a little soon to declare that, Miss Holloway. Suddenly Viscount Westonleigh steps on Miss Holloway's foot. Aha! Have you real waltzed before, my lord? You're not supposed to step around my feet, not on them. I wasn't aware you had named Pete, miss. Have I ever told you of my trusty dog? Miss Holloway's grip on the Viscount tightens as he guides her away from you and Mr. Chambers, which, by the way, I think he's faking. Because people could sit in a room and talk about him or talk about other things, and he's Mr. I can't hear shit. People did it all the time. And they faked hearing loss. I don't think I ever wanted to dance with her. One misstep and I should have to endure her glare for the rest of the dance. This Viscount Westonleigh does not seem to mind, though I should think other reasons are to blame. No one could match your company as partner, though. I desire your conversation a lot more, my lady. That's because you're in the Knievy. Thank you, sir. I could say the same about you. As the song comes to an end, you curtsy deeply to Mr. Chambers across from you. Thank you for the little dance, my lady. You did not impress the party guests with your dancing skills. Even though I didn't screw up? Okay. Go f*** yourself. I don't care anymore with this game. I'm just done. Of course, I was hoping to dazzle more of the party guests tonight, but it doesn't seem they're looking our way. The real question is, have I impressed you? You know I'm looking for allies. You followed every move with ease. It's clear to me you are quite accomplished and skilled. I would be surprised if others thought you was just another country girl. I would be happy to support your claim, my lady. Thank you, sir. Now, I must see who else I can convince. In the arms of... Let's get this painful shit out the way. We know we have Mr. Sinclair and Miss Parsons, let's be honest. Walk over and take a seat next to Miss Sutton and Miss Bowman. The two of them are excitedly whispering to each other. I hope this seat is not taken. Not at all. I was hoping to speak with you. Countess Henrietta cornered me earlier. She wanted me to tell these horrible lies about your father to the bishop. I was afraid she might attempt that. Do not fear. I stood up for you. I'm going to tell Bishop Monroe the truth. Your father was a kind and generous man, and you deserve Edgewater. You don't understand how pleased I am to hear that. Miss Sutton may be blind to your lies, but Countess Henrietta warned me about you. Why do you dislike me so, Miss Bowman? You shouldn't listen to my stepmother. Why should I even believe you? The Countess has been a mentor to me. And thus where your problem is. Because the Countess will not hesitate to dirty your name. We're such good friends, I will show you how to embroider better than the Countess. Ooh. I feel like 1 is the way to go. And 2 is not. We're such good friends. She's already on the offensive with you. She's already on happenstance. No. I will show you how to embroider better than the Countess. I feel like 1. You've seen what she's done to others who get in her way. Can you firmly say she would not toss you aside if you crossed her path? Bowman pauses, thinking hard, and slowly nods. You may have a point. I will stand by you and just support your claim, but don't think this means we're friends. That's all that I ask. Smiles at Miss Bowman, and turn your focus to the rest of the ballroom, where we've got Mr. Sinclair and Miss Parsons. You walk over to Mr. Sinclair and Miss Parsons near the door and take in Miss Parsons' appearance. Oh, you are simply divine. I mean, you look breathtaking. I don't think I've ever seen the color ever look so beautiful before. Then Olivia runs in the room and goes, I wear red better! You flatter me unjustly, Lady Bella. Miss Parsons blushes as she playfully hits you, her gloved hand lingering on your arm. I speak nothing but the truth. I do hope I'm not intruding on anything here. Nonsense, Lady Bella. You would not be an intrusion. We were just discussing when our esteemed host, Duke Richards, might grace us with his presence. This is rather typical of him. Duke Richards usually waits for everyone to arrive so he can make some kind of grand entrance. And is it me or did that lag? Did that scene lag for anyone else? I'm just curious. Like, once it was over for that few seconds, like, then it was back to normal. But that was, with how crowded the room is, I assume he will be here soon. Unfortunately, I'm guessing Pixelberry didn't do something right there. If only this did not take place at his townhouse, then we could... Lady Bella, it's bad enough that you're here. Must you inconvenience Mr. Sinclair as well? Must you be a whore? Holy shit. Every man you are just drooling on. Miss Holloway, I don't find Lady Bella an inconvenience at all. In fact, she arrived with me this evening. Even if that's true, I would think you're too heartbroken of your father to have done something so happy. But then again, perhaps you're simply listening to Shakespeare's advice. But let your love, even with my life, decay, lest the wise world should look into your moan and mock you with me after I am gone. Miss Holloway. Yet you mock me still. What will it take you to be kind for me once? How dare you claim my father's death doesn't pain me? I feel like I want to directly reply with a line from Shakespeare that is actually in my head right now about mocking. Why would I not? You have done me no favors. And you have shown me no kindness. Try as you may, but we're all known. I'm more of the accomplished lady. You can't disguise up your roots for long. Miss Holloway lets out a high-pitched laugh as she turns on her heels and strolls away. Don't pay her any attention. She's simply jealous that you're the better noble woman. Why are you not up for grabs? I know she's into women, but seriously, like, she is, to me, the better noble woman of all these people. Aside from our MC, of course. I don't dare challenge her to battle of poetry, anyway. She has studied the greats much more than I. I am positive you will find another way to gain more allies. Let's see who's left. Just then, the main ballroom doors swing open. Duke Richard strides in, his eyes sweep the room, and finally lands on you. He saunters over, smiling sinisterly. Ah, Lady Bella, I knew you couldn't stay away from me. Duke Richards reaches for your hand, but you jerk it back before he can touch you. Careful, Duke Richards, unless you care to make a scene. Don't flatter yourself, Your Grace. I'm here to show I'm not afraid of you. Try as you may, but you will not influence me. Your threats cannot hurt me. You hold no power here. Ah, you vile I would not cross Lady Bella, if I were you. I believe you'll find she's quite resourceful. The Duke's jaw tightens as his face reddens. Remember, you're guests in my house, and you are here because I allow you to be. I will not let the likes of either of you tarnish my ball. Duke Richards brushes off his sleeves and adjusts his cuffs. He forces a smile as he turns towards the rest of the ballroom, bellowing in a loud voice. Nevertheless, I have arrived, and now let us commence with evening's festivities, beginning with the painting my debonair likeness. The Duke clasps his hands together. Servants immediately flood in through the doors. They set up the painting easels around the room, while Duke Richard stands at the front. Jesus Christ, you're an egotistical prick! Really? You're all here. Come, servants, paint me. You raise an eyebrow and glance over at Mr. Sinclair. We have to paint him. Oh, we get to paint him. Not just the servants, but also us. I'm gonna go with number one. To think I believed his vanity couldn't get worse. Clearly I was mistaken. Frankly, I find his vanity grows more intolerable at every annual ball. Coming from you, that is quite the statement. Mr. Sinclair glares at you, shaking his head slightly. Come, ladies, let's show you the truly accomplished ladies tonight. Who shall be crowned the most artistic? Who shall be crowned the most giving a shit? Roll your eyes as Mr. Sinclair speaks in hushed tones beside you. As it pains me to say this, I think it might be best to go along with the Duke's plan. Countess Henriette is attempting to turn everyone against you, but if they saw your accomplishments, I should think them more likely to align with you. You glance at the crowd around you. They are all eagerly gathered around the Duke, waiting for the painting to begin. Perhaps you have a point. All right, I'll paint the Duke. But only because you're the one asking. Were it anyone else, I can't guarantee the same reply. You wink at Mr. Sinclair and coyly brush his arm as you make your way to a nearby easel. Paint me quickly! Soon, you and the other young ladies are seated. The Duke poses, staring off into the distance wistfully as you all begin painting. You pick up a brush and attempt sketching the Duke's likeness. Each stroke of paint grows more haphazard by the minute. This is more difficult than I imagined. After a while, you glance over at Miss Parsons' painting on your left. Oh my, yours is simply fantastic, Annabelle. You are by far the best artist here. I don't know about that, but I hope he chooses to hang mine up. I left a rather crude message in the corner, if you look closely enough.
Annabelle, I am shocked at you, but also that is beyond brilliant.
Yeah, he'll be too busy looking at himself in the painting than the small etched message. Soon, you and everyone else finish your portraits. Duke Richards takes a turn around the room, stopping in front of each painting.
This parson's decent, but what is that smudge in the corner?
Oh, that. I took a few artistic liberties in my interpretation.
The Duke nods to himself and pauses at your painting.
Is that supposed to be me?
I don't know how's a stick figure, you asshole! Oh.
I'm so sorry. Do you not find it appealing? I thought it was quite your likeness, and it was quite accurate likeness.
Clearly, the best painter among you all is Miss Holloway this year. It's a perfect replica.
Duke Richards walks over to the Miss Holloway's portrait and holds it up to show everyone.
Ah, yes, admire me, boy.
Is it me, or is it rather fitting someone so loathsome painted such a perfect replica? Trust me, the irony of the situation does not escape me.
Just then, Miss Parsons nudges you slightly. She nods to one of the far corners of the room where Countess Henrietta paces furiously while conversing with Viscount Westonleigh.
I wonder what that's all about. I confess I am not entirely sure, but I was able to make out one phrase.
Miss Parsons furrows her brow, pouts her lip, and speaks to a falsetto impression of Countess Henrietta.
Lady Bella will rule the day when she stepped her foot here. The bastard was never supposed to be arrived tonight. That certainly sounds like my stepmother. You don't think she could be sharing her master plan? Oh, I certainly think she is. I know for a fact that when she gets furious, she can hold her tongue for long. A few years ago, Mr. Malcaster was almost engaged to a Lady Jane Hawkins, but then she accepted a proposal to someone else. Countess Henrietta was absolutely furious, and she accidentally announced their engagement at a dinner party. No, I thought Miss Sutton's speech was quite loose, but this... Harry used to tell me stories that whenever he did something she disapproved of, he would catch her yelling about it in her bedroom. Maybe she really is venting to the Viscount about me. Why else would you be talking to him? He cannot understand a word unless it's yelled at him. And even then, she does look like she's speaking rather softly. He probably hasn't the faintest idea what she's saying.
Oh, they're playing into this. Watch Countess Henrietta as she hisses at the Viscount rapidly. Her pacing becomes more frantic, her face goes red, and you can see the frustration on her face.
Oh, I hate you.
I had to.
I do wonder what she's saying. Well, do you see those benches over there? They're completely hidden from the Countess's view. If we sat there for just a little, I'm sure we could hear her true plan without her ever being the wiser.
Miss Parsons takes your hands in hers and looks at you earnestly, a playful smile on her lips.
Don't tell me you're not the least bit curious about how she really feels about you.
No, I'm actually not. I'd actually have an exclusive scene with you instead, but I digress. No, show me Miss Parsons. Screw you, I don't give a shit about you. Ignore the Countess.
It doesn't matter what my stepmother has planned. I will put an end to it no matter what. I know you will. I'm glad your spirit is not dampened at all by it. It would take much more than the Countess's devious plans for that to occur.
Past Miss Parsons, you see Bishop Monroe standing alone, his head bobbing to the music.
Now's your chance to talk to him. You'd better hurry before the Countess Henrietta corners him again.
You nod and take a deep breath. Miss Parsons squeezes your hand reassuringly before you walk over to the bishop.
Bishop Monroe, may I have a word?
Ah, Lady Bella, I wondered when you might seek me out.
You pull out a copy of your father's will from your reticule and hand it over to the bishop. I wanted to be sure you had this. I don't know what Countess Henrietta has told you, but it is a true copy of the Earl's will. He gave it to me on his deathbed. My lord, do not listen to Countess Henrietta. She is full of lies. I know she claims my father was not himself when he made me his heir. There was not a kinder, saner, more generous, loving man than he. My father knew exactly what he was doing.
I will be the judge of that, my lady. I have discussed this situation with almost everyone who here who was acquainted with him.
Have you come to a decision yet? Pugsley looks at Bishop and Rowe with sad, pleading eyes.
I am still weighing the conversations and my personal relationships with him, but several people have gone out of their way to inform me how much they admired your father and you as the heir. It's not official yet, but I am inclined to agree with them at this juncture.
I'm delighted to hear this. My lord, please let me know if there's anything else I can do to help your decision.
I shall keep that in mind now, if you'll excuse me.
Bishop and Rowe leaves. You notice a large group gathering around the Duke Richards. In the center of the room, you take a few steps and join the circle standing between Mr. Sinclair and Miss Holloway. Please tell me we don't have to paint him again.
Fortunately not. It is, however, another of his annual antics.
How could you say such a thing, Mr. Sinclair? This is to see was considered the most remarkable woman of the season.
As I said, Lady Bella, another antic of the Duke's. Ladies and gentlemen, there is one woman this year among you who must be commended as the most accomplished lady of the season. She has shown excellence in things proper. This woman is, not me, Miss Holloway. She has proven herself the most well-rounded lady here, painting, music, poetry, and dancing.
Thank you, Your Grace. I'm pleased everyone realizes how much I simply exude natural talent.
I'm exuding something right now. Wanna guess what it is?
Of course it's her. Giving back to your parlor and the skills you have learned since arriving at Edgewater. You collected 1 of 5. Who cares? Shit. How old are we all? Let's think about it. How old are we all? How many talents do you have? Think about it. How many talents do you have? Think about it. Really, pause the video. I don't give a shit. Think. Count them out. Say it. Whatever. Okay? You develop things with time. All of a sudden, we're expected to learn 5 things in a month or less? No, come on. Perhaps if I studied more, I would be more where Miss Holloway is. If I recall, her older sister received the same honor during her debut. How fitting. I would have never won that honor. If Duke Richards is the one bestowing, I want as little to do with it as possible. While I have no admiration for him, he's not the one who chooses the honor. Personally, I would have quite liked to see his reaction should the party guests declare you the Toast of London. Perhaps I'll change my mind next year, but not today. Soon, you wander away from the other guests. You watch the crowd dissipate. You look around and notice Mr. Sinclair, Miss Parsons, and Prince Mead each standing by themselves. Now would be a good time to speak with one of them alone. Oh. Well, shit. Mr. Sinclair. Even though I should be giving equal niceness, but maybe we have a chance to go and speak to the others. You walk over to Mr. Sinclair. A barely visible smile plays upon his lips as you approach him. Lady Bella, to what do I owe the pleasure of your company so soon? After 2 seconds. Sir, I did not realize I needed an excuse to speak with you. Can I not just desire to enjoy your company? You may, but knowing you, it is highly possible there is another motivation involved. But speaking with you makes enduring the social pleasantries of the ball worth it in every sense. Mr. Sinclair takes your hand, brushing his lips tenderly across your knuckles. I can agree with that sentiment wholeheartedly, sir. Having you present has made this evening much more bearable.
Perhaps we can speak alone later tonight. There are a few things I wish to discuss.
How mysterious, Mrs. Sinclair. I am very curious to know what that pertains to.
Do not fear. I believe it is well worth the wait.
Mr. Sinclair's eyes sweep across the room and then focus intently on you, never wavering.
My lady, I want you to know that when Bishop Monroe speaks to me tonight, you have my undying support. The Earl was a great man, and I believe you will be a good, if not better, head of Edgewater as him.
Thank you, Mr. Sinclair. You have no idea how much that means to hear. Truly. Suddenly nearby, you notice Countess Henrietta slip into the hallway with Bishop Monroe. Oh no, I have a bad feeling about this. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I should see what is going on. You make your way through the multitude of guests and slip through the door. Bishop Monroe and Countess Henrietta are on the far side of the hallway, but don't spot you. I should hide before they catch me. You stick close to the wall and slink in the shadows in the corner to disappear from view. You can hear Bishop Monroe and Countess Henrietta speaking nearby.
My lady, I need more time to determine the legitimacy of this will. I spoke with Lady Bella but not long ago, and I must ascertain.
Yes, I've heard it already. You have to be sure. But perhaps your mind could be persuaded with a certain donation to your parish?
I cannot accept it. Be it against God's.
Don't give me that. We both know how poor of a shape the chapel is. Crumbling bricks, drafty in the winter. I'm sure a small donation would ease some of the burden, unless I need to call upon my close allies at Edgewater.
Okay. God damn it, Bishop. Dear Bishop Monroe, think about this. If I become heir of the thing, I will certainly donate to you. And I can help you. She's using her allies to destroy you. Let's think about this. Bishop Monroe pauses as he looks at Countess Henrietta, then sighs.
All right, I accept your offer.
No, this can't be. Wah wah, banana. Banana, na 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 na. Next time on Desire and Decorum. With Bishop Monroe under your stepmother's thumb, will Edgewater ever belong to you, or will she finally snatch it from your grasp once and for all? I don't care. Ooh, everybody, sing it with me now. I don't care. Congratulations, you've earned a reward for completing the blah. Enjoy your 1 diamond, and please watch this ad. Blah. Okay. So long story short, I do apologize about being a day late on this. Unfortunately, I have a lot going on in my life. Long story short, yeah, I have a lot going on in my life. It's not good. It's not good. Shit, I wish it was good. I'm trying to get everything taken care of so I can actually sit down and do things on time and get back, and if it's not one thing, it's another. It's either 1 week I'm sick, then I'm recovering, then a couple weeks later it's something else, then it's life is such an unpredictable yet callous a-hole. And I just wish life would say, you know what, we have screwed with this guy long enough for most of his life. Can we give the guy 5 minutes? Just 5 minutes. So yeah, please do understand, and I thank you guys for your support and your patience. I will be trying to get up the other 2 chapters as quickly as possible. Again, life today. I have a plumber coming over. I have the landlord of the house that I live in coming over because there's been some issues. Again, I'm dealing with all that, plus 2 special needs brothers, plus content, plus my life, the whole 9 yards. So I will try and get those up as quickly as possible. Hopefully I can at least complete 1 more before they do come over, because it's supposed to be here very soon, but we will see. And without further ado, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down the description below, links to social media, Discord, and a few links to support me and my content, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace.